Good evening. On the World News tonight from BGI Television. First, the headlines. Tinubu urges Senate to confirm sack of FCCPC chairman. National Assembly members return to Abuja amid insecurity, weak naira, other issues. Ndume commends Tinubu over directive to NNPCL to pay oil revenue to CBN. Step aside if the shoes are too big for you. Atiku knocks Tinubu. 1,500 redeployed CBN staff resumes at Lagos office. And on sport, latest update on Stanley Nwabali's injury ahead of African quarterfinals revealed. I am Morire Rabila Lawal. The news in detail. President Bola Ahmed Tinubu has requested the Senate to expeditiously confirm the sack of the chairman of the Federal Competition and Consumer Protection Commission, Babatunde Iru-Kerai. This is contained in a letter by President Bola Tinubu, read out by the President of the Senate, Godswill Akpabio, during plenary today. Tinubu also sought the confirmation of Oluwole Andama as the Executive Director of the Midstream and Downstream Gas Infrastructure Fund in the Nigerian Midstream Downstream Petroleum Regulatory Authority. Senate President, however, referred both requests by the President to the Senate Committee of the Whole and Senate Committee on Gas and Downstream. The Senate thereafter entered into an executive section to discuss urgent matters of national importance, which Senator Godswill Akpabio intended to be around national security. Tinubu's request comes 3 weeks after he relieved Iru-Kerai of his duties as FCCPC boss. Also sacked on January 8 is the Director General and CEO of the Bureau of Public Enterprises, Mr. Alexandra Oko. The presidency had explained that the president's action was in conformity with plans to restructure and reposition critical agencies of the federal government towards protecting the rights of Nigerian consumers and providing a strong basis for enhanced contributions to the nation's economy by key growth-enabling institutions. Members of the National Assembly have returned to the Federal Capital Territory after a 30-day holiday. Nigeria currently faces insecurity across the country, with Plateau State being the center of renewed killings. Meanwhile, the recent turbulence within the West African region, specifically the withdrawal of the trio of Mali, Burkina Faso, and Niger from the Economic Community of West African States, ECOWAS, poses external security implications for the country. On the economic front, the Naira is having a bearish run against major currencies, as it currently trades at 1,450 Naira against the dollar. The currency instability, alongside other factors, has contributed to the high inflation. As they hold the first plenary session of the year, Nigerians are expecting some debate on these issues. Here are some of the issues waiting for the intervention of the National Assembly: insecurity and economy, and also concerning state police and constitution amendments. Moving on to the next story, Senate Chief Whip Ali Ndume has commended President Bola Ahmed Tinubu over his directive to the Nigerian National Petroleum Company Limited (NNPCL) to pay all crude oil proceeds into the Consolidated Revenue Fund domiciled in the Central Bank of Nigeria (CBN). Ndume, who gave the commendation while answering questions from reporters in Abuja, also called on the President to sign an executive order on unexplained wealth to empower anti-corruption and security agencies to go after Nigerians with questionable riches. He also urged the President to extend his directive to NNPCL on prompt remittance of oil revenue to CBN to all revenue-generating agencies of the federal government. He insisted that revenue-generating agencies must not be allowed to keep government funds in commercial banks without proper monitoring and accountability and transparency. Former Vice President Atiku Abubakar has berated President Bola Tinubu over his failure to resolve the security crisis in the country. Atiku, the presidential candidate of the People's Democratic Party (PDP) in the 2023 general elections, was reacting to the recent surge in the kidnapping and killing of unsuspecting citizens across the country. He recalled that the killing of a nursing mother and her mom in the FCT and the mother of 2 monarchs in Ekiti State on Monday. The former VP wondered why the president embarked on a private visit to France amid the ravaging banditry and other security issues bedeviling the nation. In a post via X on Tuesday, Atiku wrote, "Tinubu is playing fiddle with Nigeria is drawing in the ocean of insecurity. Imagine the commander-in-chief is on so-called private visit. At the same time, kidnappers kill their suspect, I beg your pardon, their captors, which is in their captivity, and nursing mother, grandmother in Abuja for failing to pay 90 million naira, and 2 monarchs in Ekiti State among the regular tragedies besetting the country. The country needs 24/7 leadership to confront the pervasive insecurity and collapsing economy. You are watching the world news from BGI Television. At least 1,500 members of the Central Bank of Nigeria will on Friday resume at its Lagos office following their redeployment from headquarters. A source at the Apex Bank told correspondent exclusively that the plan, though heavily criticized, was still in motion and affected staffers would be resuming on Friday. The latest development comes on the backdrop of the decision of the new management to relocate some CBN's department to the country's economic hub for staff safety, increase productivity, and to decongest its head office. CBN said the action was necessitated by several factors, including the need to align the bank structure with its functions and objectives and redistribute skills to ensure a more even geographical spread of talents. From Lagos to Ekiti. The Ekiti State government has confirmed the abduction of students, teachers, and a driver in the Ekiti area of the state, but vowed to ensure the victims are rescued. Gunmen had abducted the students and 3 teachers of a private school and their bus driver while they were returning from Ekiti on Monday night. But hours after the incident, the Ekiti State government called on residents of the state not to despair, as security has been stepped up to rescue them. The Ekiti State Governor, Mr. Oyo urged the citizens of the state not to despair on Monday's kidnapping of some school students and their teachers in Ekiti, assuring that their efforts are on to get the children and the teachers rescued. The Tuesday statement from the Ekiti State government reads, to the next story. 4 persons lost their lives while 10 others sustained injuries in an accident that occurred on the Lagos-Ibadan Expressway today. The spokesperson for the Oyo State Sector Command of the Federal Road Safety Corps, Florence Okwe, in a statement said a bus conveying 20 persons somersaulted after a tire burst. The crash, which involved a white Toyota bus with number plate ZUR87ZY, occurred around 5:57 a.m. around Sancrate along the expressway. A total of 20 persons were involved. 10 persons were injured, while 4 male adults were recorded dead from the crash. The suspected cause of the fatal lone crash was excessive speeding and tire burst, which led to the loss of control that made the vehicle somersaulted many times. She added that the injured victims were taken to the Victory Hospital, Ogere, while the corpses were taken to FOS Morgue. The crash is another one in a series of recent motor accidents on the same road. The Ogun Police Command says it arrested a suspected cultist, Abdul Aziz Ibrahim, an extra-year student of the Taisholari University of Education. The police announced the suspect arrest on Monday. Disclosing these on his official X handle on Monday, the force public relations officer stated that the suspect was arrested on Saturday at about 2:30 a.m. Oyo State Police Command on 27 January 2024 at about 2:30 a.m. arrested one Abdul Aziz Ibrahim, aka Bocha, male in the Djibouti area. He is a hitman and armorer for the Neo Black Movement of Africa, aka Black Axe, in Djibouti. He is an extra-year student of Taisholari University of Education in Djibouti, Oyo State. The Oyo State Police Command will address the media on this case and many others as soon as possible. Police spokesperson Olumi Wadejobi posted on X. Mr. Gujabi added, with all the jazz, he was still arrested. Cultism is criminal, evil. Cult groups are not social clubs. They are full of trauma, stress, and destruction. Be careful and do away with it. Moving on to foreign story. A British Nigerian minister, MP Kate Osamo, has been suspended by the United Kingdom. Osamo was suspended after accusing Israel of genocide on the eve of Holocaust Memorial Day. The minister sparked outrage after claiming in our weekly newsletter that Gaza should be added to the list of recent genocides. Posting a photo of herself signing the Holocaust Education Trust commemoration book in Westminster, she wrote on X, "Tomorrow is Holocaust Memorial Day, an international day to remember the 6 million Jews murdered during the Holocaust, the millions of other people murdered under Nazi persecution of other groups, and more recent genocide in Cambodia, Rwanda, Bosnia, and now Gaza." However, Osamo later posted an apology on social media on Friday night, writing on X, "Holocaust Memorial Day is a day to remember the 6 million Jews killed in the Holocaust and the genocide that have occurred since. I apologize for any offense caused by my reference to the ongoing humanitarian disaster in Gaza as part of the period of remembrance. The Board of Deputies, the Jewish Labor Movement, and the Holocaust Educational Trust reacted to our controversial remarks." And finally, on sports. The latest update on the injury of Nigeria's goalkeeper, Stanley Nwabali, has left fans with more concerns than relief ahead of the AFCON 2023 quarterfinal fixture against Angola. The Super Eagles of Nigeria held their first training session ahead of the AFCON 2023 quarterfinals fixture against Angola on Friday, February 2nd, 2024, and to the dismay of many, goalkeeper Stanley Nwabali, who has been vital for Nigeria since the start of the tournament, did not train with the team. Reported videos from the training ground showed the NPFL goalkeeper doing some light exercises uncomfortably away from the team. Following the completion of the training session, the head coach of Nigeria, Jose Pesero, confirmed the goalkeeper had completed the necessary test with the medical team, and they await the final outcome of the report on Thursday, February 1st, 2024. Stanley Nwabali was replaced in the AFCON round of 16 fixture that saw Nigeria defeated Cameroon by the scoreline 2-0. With our sports story, we've come to the end of today's world news. Before we go, some headlines. Tinubu urged Senate to confirm sack of FCCPC chairman. National Assembly members return to Abuja amid insecurity, weak naira, other issues. Ndume commends Tinubu over directive to NPCL to pay all revenue into CBN. Step aside if the shoes are too big for you, Atiku knocks Tinubu. On sport, latest update on Stanley Nwabali's injury ahead of AFCON qualifier clash against Angola. Wishing them all the best and bringing the cup back home, God willing. For update of our broadcast on YouTube, our handle is Baba Bagidi Imo Television. Kindly subscribe and click on the notification bell. Select option all to access all of our broadcasts. On Facebook, Bagidi Imo with Alawili Adebayo. Please like and follow the page. Thank you for watching. I am Moriri Rabila Lawal. Good evening.